Folks, I'm a big fan of the QuadQuestions QQ190. I received this frame, maybe more than a month ago when I was doing my Pure X build, and I compared it to the Mixuko from Shen Drones, and I actually liked the QQ190 much better, in large part because of the design of its camera pod. So you can go watch the review of that frame if you want to recap my thoughts on the frame. But the reason I'm talking about it today is that I've received the QQ190 tank. Now the standard QQ190 still has a 3mm bottom plate. The tank has a 4mm bottom plate. It is it almost looks like a 4mm camera plate. And is it all 4mm? I think it's like, holy shit, it is. The tank is made entirely of 4mm, including the camera plate and the side plates. Now, QuadQuestions' position, I haven't got an official statement from them, but in conversations I've had with Anthony from QuadQuestions, his perspective seems to be that 3mm is fine, that you don't need 4mm, 3mm is plenty strong enough, and that racers prefer the lighter weight frame. But there is a significant market demand for a 4mm frame, and so QuadQuestions has met it. But they've done something very clever here, and I'm very impressed. Look at what they've done with the side plate. They've milled it out, and I mean 3D milling is not a radical new invention, but I don't know why I've never seen that before on any quadcopter frame. I can't think of one that has 3D milling. So they've milled it out to perhaps, looks like it might be about 1mm of depth, so it's taking it from 4mm down to 3mm in places where they feel like you can afford to lose a little bit of strength and not compromise the overall integrity of the copter. So that's pretty cool. But there's a few other changes that have been made. This is the racing camera pod, which goes up to 60 degrees of tilt, whereas the standard camera pod goes up to something like 40 degrees of tilt. So that's nice. The other thing they've done that I'm very, very pleased with is they've integrated the video transmitter bracket with the camera plate. And you can see that originally the old version didn't have any integrated mount at all. And then they released this little plate here that sort of didn't work. I had to file the crud out of it because it's designed to work with a bulkhead connector, but I just wanted to directly attach my video transmitter. So there's a lot of filing and fit up to make that work. It was kind of a hassle, and I'm very, very pleased to see. And I'm guessing I could have, if I were a better reviewer, I would have checked on this before I started recording. I'm guessing that this same change is going to roll back into the 3mm, the standard QQ190. If it isn't, it should. So there you go. That's the QQ190 tank, the 4mm version of the QQ190 with the 60-degree uptilt racing camera pod. Thanks for watching. Happy flying.